Podcast, very important. Podcast, very important.
We're doing a theme song.
Podcast, very important. Podcast, very important. Podcast, very important. Podcast, very important.
Miss me again.
Podcast, very important. Podcast, very important. Podcast, very important.
Miss me.
Podcast, very important.
Okay, you got me that time.
Podcast, very important.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podcast Very Important, the only podcast you should be listening to. Every week, we count down the top 10 number one most important things you need to know about any given subject. And our subject this week is love. It's Valentine's Day week. Well, it's the closest one that we can put this episode out on. And that means there's love in the air. The Glade plug-in of love is in the wall, and everyone's smelling it. And it's in the air here at the studios. Wouldn't you say so, Jack?
I'd say it's all over me. It's all over the front of my jeans, all over the front of my shirt. It's in my hair. Love. Well, I got to the Glade plug-in. It smelled so good. It smelled like some kind of food. What is that, like red velvet cake?
People worrying about Tide Pods. Glade plugins are the next Tide Pod.
Yeah, it warms it up too.
Jack's a really great way he's kind of our focus group and a great way to judge sort of what toddlers are going to do, what the toddler zeitgeist is going to be. So he was into Tide Pods way before everybody else, and now he's into Glade plugins. So watch your plugins, people. Put them in high outlets. I'm Connor Doyle. I'm here on this show. I've been on this podcast before. I will be again. And with me is my co-host, Jack Piss.
Hey there.
Jack's over there. He's wet. He's the one that smells like a Glade plug-in.
Well, I'm not wet. I'm sticky. Like, is honey wet? No.
Yes.
It's something.
Honey's
not
wet.
Honey's not
it's
wet. Hey, yeah, if you think honey's wet, email us at podcastveryimportant.com.
Is mustard wet?
No, you get
What? You insane?
if you're covered in mustard, you say, "Oh, I'm soaking wet." You say, "I'm covered in mustard." That's something else.
They're not exclusive. I'm soaked in mustard.
No, you wouldn't say soaked.
Here, can you take a bath in mustard?
Not get clean.
That's not the point.
Of taking a bath? Well, I've been doing
Wet
it all
does
wrong.
not mean clean, Jack. Wet does not equate to clean.
Okay. So you're saying I shouldn't have covered myself in mustard for our Halloween episode? Valentine's Day, sorry.
I'm just saying you're wet.
Okay. Well, everyone expected that big yawn. Let's move past it.
Okay. Are we still talking about this? Let's
Yes.
move on. It's Valentine's Day.
That's the day for everyone. That's the day for hearts made out of red paper. That's the day for small toys of bears holding hearts.
That's the day for pieces of chalk shaped like hearts and stamped with something. And they'll say, "I love you," or "sweet stuff."
I read in the encyclopedia the other day, preparing for this episode, that this day is actually named after the character from James Bond GoldenEye. The one that you have to...
Valentines
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to meet
Everybody
him in
knows
the statue
Saint-
level.
St. Valentine's is in a crate in the statue level. He's in a shipping container. But beware or you will be betrayed. Of course, Valentin Sokovsky comes back in The World Is Not Enough.
He was wearing a diaper. He's floating with about 5 feet off the ground with his little wings, and he shoots James Bond with a little arrow that has a heart for a tip.
Now everybody knows that Valentin Sokovsky also suffered from what I suffer from, which is DK mode. I, of course, have a massive head, long arms, and a tiny body. I've suffered from it all my life. And so Valentine's Day means a lot to me, somebody else who suffers from DK mode.
And this is the day where he'll go around and hand out Valentine's cards to everyone. He'll go around on one knee and just glide perfectly across the ground with his arms straight out, handing out Valentine's Day cards. That's right.
My hands are, of course, they can only make fists, but I can pick things up with them. I gesture with my fists.
Yeah. Valentine's Day is a typically very happy, very lovey-dovey.
Very happy, very nice lovey-dovey day.
Nice day to stay inside with your loved ones and, I don't know, do whatever people do. Make grilled cheese sandwiches with an iron.
You make popcorn on the stovetop or whatever.
Make some soy-based milkshakes, hand them out to your neighbors.
It's a beautiful time of day, but here's the thing, guys. We need help. Because if you haven't noticed, Shane's not here.
No, I actually didn't notice.
I actually just noticed.
I was wondering.
I actually just noticed.
What's going on in this episode? I'm smiling more than usual.
I know, me too. There's a good energy in the air.
Yeah. There's
I think
bonhomie going on.
Yeah. You're my bonhomie. Let's go out and find a friend. And not just any friend. Jack actually has a special guest who we're going to go visit today. We're going to take the trolley to his house, I think. Yep. Jack, do you want to tell us a little bit about your guest and why we're so excited about him?
Yes. We are excited about him because he is mysterious. He'd been putting up posters around my neighborhood saying he's a love guru, Guru Doug. A lot of sort of interesting symbols on his poster, and I've had his number for a while. So a lot of intrigue right there.
Problem is, Guru Doug doesn't have a location. Just says, find me.
Follow your heart, it says.
Yeah, so you can take off. It's like, give me a call. Come see me anytime. You rip off the little thing, and on the back it says, follow your heart.
So we decided to turn this into a bit of an expose.
Tonight on podcast, very important. We're looking for Guru Doug, the love guru of Southern Ontario.
Who the fuck is this guy?
We've been looking for him everywhere, sir. We put up a lady, a damsel that she and
I dressed in drag and stood around on the streets saying,
sir,
"Are you Doug?"
I dressed in drag and I stood around on the streets too.
After days of doing this and hundreds of unsuccessful encounters, we finally met someone named Doug, who admitted to be recorded. This is Finding Guru Doug.
All names and places and Doug have been changed to protect the identity of Guru Doug. Guru Doug, it is nice to meet you. Thank you for sitting down with us.
Shit, you guys found me.
I thought you wanted us to be. You're not proud of us.
If I wanted to be found, I would have put my damn phone number on it on the poster. Idiot.
Oh.
Are you calling us an idiot, or are you calling yourself an idiot?
Well, now I'm thinking that I probably should have put the phone number on the poster, and I'm thinking, never mind. It's okay. Hey, guys, I'm Guru Doug. My real name is not Doug, but I had to change it because things were getting confusing. My real name's Trainer, and I started putting posters up that said Guru Trainer, and I started getting people coming up to me wanting to become gurus. I said, I don't do that. I do sexy stuff.
Your first name's Trainer?
Yes, but to not cause any confusion, just call me Guru Doug.
Sure, that's not confusing at all, Guru Doug. Thank you.
So people thought you would train gurus, and that must have been awkward when a bunch of guys looking to be gurus showed up, huh?
Yeah. I was like, guys, I don't know the first thing about being a guru. I've only been doing this a couple weeks. And but I needed a job. I was, I'm 16 years old and needed a job. So my dad was like, you got to go get a real job. And so I looked up on Google, I Googled sex jobs for teenagers, and this seemed to be the only one that I could legally do.
Yeah, it's a dead end of a Google search. I know what you mean.
But hey,
the internet will shut down on you after that one.
Yeah, it stops working for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's kind of cool. It's kind of my whole identity now.
Being a love guru. Well, I mean, that's really cool. I mean, it's hard to believe that a 16-year-old would have that much experience in love, just given you haven't been in the world that long. You know?
Well, that's true.
Hey,
have I had a girlfriend? Technically, no. But I, go on Reddit a lot.
What's that? What is that?
Reddit?
Yep.
You guys are old, eh? How old?
Older than you can imagine, kid.
I'm young and I know what you're talking about.
How old's your dad?
My dad's 36.
Okay, I'm not that old.
Okay. So you're not my dad.
Oh God.
If I was your dad, I wouldn't be letting you run around looking for teen sex money. That's for sure. I'm starting to have my doubts.
I mean, who would you meet?
Think
of all the guys people that'd show up to this crazy thing if you're going out.
I mean,
saying you're a 16-year-old love guru. You're lucky we showed up.
Yeah. I've got some big questions though.
Yeah, buddy, I need some help.
You've been talking a whole lot of nonsense. The whole Reddit stuff, I don't know what the hell that is. Now I want to know what even is a guru. What do you mean? What's a day in the life of Doug like?
I wake up and probably play about 4 or 5 hours of Fortnite. Then I go check in on Reddit, see if anything's changed with like sex stuff, like if people made new discoveries about where, like how you can do sex and what kind of positions. And so I usually do some research for about 4 or 5 hours, and then I'll pound a couple monsters and hit Fortnite for another couple. And then mom usually tells me to go to bed, and I said, Mom, I'm just trying to do my job here, trying to make dad proud. She says, okay, I love you. And then usually probably stay up for a few more hours. And then wake up, start all over again. I quit. I got out of high school 2 weeks ago once I started doing this. Because I was like, they're not teaching me anything in this school that's going to help me with my sex job.
Did you say pound a couple monsters?
Yeah.
Connor, play the intrigue music. What we thought was just some sex-crazed teenager actually turned out to be someone who had sex with creatures.
Creatures we've never seen before.
All right, stop the music, Connor.
Okay.
What kind of monsters you bang, kid?
Do they got tails?
Like an ogre? Like a Frankenstein or something?
Can you hold on to the tails?
Like a chupacabra?
I haven't gotten to this subreddit yet, so I'm not sure about pounding.
Connor, music.
We had him right where we wanted him. We had him on the ropes.
It
was only a matter of time before we got the answers we needed.
Kill the music. What kind of boobs does a vampire have? What are those like?
Vampire. Okay, I actually know the answer to this one. So vampires, instead of lactating milk like all the other monsters, they lactate thick pudding.
Jesus. That's the most unholy thing I've ever heard.
I threw up right away. I was sick all over myself.
I'm throwing up right now.
This is horrible. How could this 16-year-old man be the love guru?
But we had to keep going.
All right, love guru, if that is what you really are in your real name and you don't just smash monsters. What are one of these new sex discoveries you've made? Give me one.
My dad said that sex is something that you have to do or people will hate you. And that's true. And so I think...
Oh my God. Your dad told you this?
Yeah. My dad... He thinks it's great that I'm pursuing this love guru thing. So he keeps poking his head into my room and he'll let me know some stuff that'll help me in my career. And he'll pop his head and say, "Hey trainer, like just so you know, if you
so your name is Trainer."
Yeah, real name Trainer. Yeah. Sorry. For sake of not confusing everybody, I'll paraphrase the story. So he pokes his head and says, "Hey, Guru Doug, just so you know, if you're feeling a little ticklish down there, as you all do, and it's very normal as a teenager, what you got to do is you got to go out, find somebody, and have sex with them." And I said,
Connor,
"Oh, that's very interesting, and that makes sense."
Okay, this so far.
Sorry, can you repeat the last bit? I ran out of lead in my mechanical pencil.
We'd been writing down every single thing he said, but it only brought one pencil. We'd snapped it in half and decided to share, but we ran out pretty quick.
It was one of those mechanical pencils that just have all the individual cartridges, so that when you lose one of them, the whole thing's fucking useless.
All right, pal. So you say that you're this love guru. What's a great place to go on a first date for Valentine's? I'm taking somebody out for Valentine's Day. Where do I go?
Come on, spill the beans, you fucking dirtbag.
Well, what I would say for a good first date is to go to a place where you could be away from like cops and anyone who like would want to like arrest you, and just to keep yourself safe. And that's I think the important thing is just make sure it's nowhere that a cop is going to pull up or something.
Oh,
it checked out. Well, I still wasn't ready to drop my suspicions that this guy was deep dicking some monsters. There's got to be some way, I said to Jack. I grabbed him by the scruff of his neck and I said, "There's got to be some way to crack this son of a bitch."
Yeah, there's a look in his eyes that tells me that he's balls deep in some kind of fucking mummy or something.
He's like a donkey against the dragon.
All right. Let's ask him. Let's do some reverse psychology. Hey, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, yeah?
You know what I hate?
What?
When I'm like kissing someone and then I open my eyes and it turns out it's actually the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Fuck.
Hey, Doug.
That happened to me like twice at least on Reddit.
Oh.
All right. Hey, Doug.
I don't think things can happen to you on Reddit.
How do I know if a girl is yelling at me?
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you can jump off a cliff on Reddit. I don't think you can like go skydiving on Reddit. You know what I mean? So I don't think you really had sex on Reddit.
Pretty sure I have. But, you know, happy to have your opinion in there as well.
Other than Reddit, have you had any other sex?
Almost had sex on Fortnite. But I screwed it up because I killed them.
Oh, Jesus, Connor, play the music.
Real? Okay.
Not only had this little creep admitted to having sex with cryptoids, he had made it brazenly to murdering someone that he was trying to have sex with. We had this kid banged to rights. What was stopping me from putting a bullet right between his eyes, right there? I didn't have my gun.
What's the best position for making love?
The best position I have heard of is probably when you're just out in a field surrounded by speakers and just blasting ocean sounds, and you're completely alone, and you scream into the sky at the top of your lungs. You say, "I'm coming."
Did you say you scream into this guy?
The sky, the sky.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Up above.
Because you're the only one there because you're alone.
Completely
middle of a
alone with
field.
just you and your speakers.
Surf
You could
and
go to
turf.
the ocean. I'm just wondering if just instead of in a field
I
surrounded
live
by
in Utah,
speakers.
so
Yeah, not a
you
lot
guys
of
know
ocean
that.
there.
You're at my house in Utah. Came a long way to come here.
I didn't
Yes.
realize it was Utah. I was just following Google Maps.
I was
It
driving.
just says, yeah, I look at the map and then I'll translate it for Jack.
He can't look out the windows. He gets really bad motion sickness.
Utah, eh? Finally, it was all starting to fall into place. Yes, of course, crossing the border. And then going through that one state and then another one. Going to Arby's. Yeah, Utah makes sense.
That explains all the signs that said, "Now entering Utah."
What the fuck is there to do in Utah, boy?
Well, you got your Reddit, you got your Fortnite, you got your big open fields, you got your ocean sound effects, you got your monsters, you got your big bowls of Cool Ranch. I got everything I could ever need here.
Is Cool Ranch a Utah thing?
Clearly, Utah was completely lifeless. How could this guy have ever had sex or had love or a Valentine's Day with a loving partner? All that was around here were monsters. Made of corn or something, probably. Well, I'm starting to doubt Doug, if I'm being honest here.
I've had my doubts from the beginning, like any good journalist. So we thanked him for his time, and I did some sleight of hand. Put my hand on the back of his pants and took his wallet to pay for our ride home. A $6,223 Uber.
Worth it. Well, we're back in the PVI studios now, and we've just got two more to count down. We thought it was going to be better, so maybe we'll come up with our own tips. We thought Doug was maybe going to do a little bit, we thought he was going to be an actual love guru. I'm never going to follow my heart again.
I actually have great news for you, Connor.
What's that?
I saw how disappointed you were about Guru Doug. Oh, almost said Duru Gug.
That's a spoonerism if I ever.
That would have been a faux pas.
That would have been funny for the podcast.
I saw how crestfallen you were that Guru Doug didn't pan out, and he just turned out to be some kind of weird little sort of nympho 16-year-old. So I
just a 16-year-old with a porn addiction and a very sad dad.
Yeah. So I went through the trouble of finding a real guru, and I'd like to introduce you to Guru Susan, the real love guru.
Guru Susan.
Go ahead, Susan. It's okay. Come on.
Susan.
Hey, hello.
Oh, she's just shy.
Susan is 89 years old and has been a love guru for most of her life.
Now, Susan, I know you're tired. I know it's way past your bedtime. We record late.
Don't fall asleep. Hey.
But
Hey.
Wake up. Come on, Susan. Susan. She just needs a hit sometimes. We're
talking about woohoo.
This is such a strange telephone.
We're in front of you.
Granny.
We drove to Nebraska for this.
Come on, Susan.
Do you help me send an email?
Yeah, after you tell we just want you to tell the story of how you hooked my parents up.
Your parents.
Remember Detective Piss and
they're not right for each other. I'm sorry to say they're not right for each other.
Well, I mean, spoiler alert, I know that. But what made you matchmake them to begin with? What did you see in them? Come on, tell me. I heard it's a great story. Come on.
You know what? I can feel as I could see you about to tell it, I can feel myself being dragged back into the past. Way back into the role play.
The year was 1984, and I was running a soup kitchen out in Montreal, and your dad was one of my favorite customers. He'd come in every morning to order the large borscht with a side of pickles.
Hey, Toots. If I could get a large borscht with a side of little dilly picks, I'd love that.
Sure thing, Mark. You come in every day, and I know that that's your order, so I already had it prepared.
You know why I get this, Susan?
Why do you come in every day and order the borscht with the side of pickles?
Because I know I'm never gonna find love, so I can eat the worst tasting thing I could ever get. My breath will smell, and nobody will care.
Mark.
Well, I'll go eat this while sitting down on the floor in the corner, since it's hopeless for me.
Please excuse me, Mark, but I am terribly bored.
Don't try and cheer me up, Susan.
I'm terribly bored by what you're saying, and I must go in the back room to prepare more borscht because you have completely depleted us of our best-selling item.
Look, if I die right here, if I suffocate or vomit borscht up in my own mouth, you can just take the big broom and push me out the front door and leave me in the gutter to die. I'm never going to find somebody to love and wouldn't expect anybody to afford me the proper burial rites. Borscht is good today, Susan.
Thank you, Mark. I must go into the back room right now, but we have a new employee that can help you out. Her name is Nicole.
Wait, what?
Nicole, could you please come help out this customer? Right. He's irate.
Yeah.
Are you serious? You're the only one who makes the borscht.
Hey, wow. Keep it down there, cowboy. Fucking hell. Listen, between you and me, I just said my name's Nicole to fit in. My name's not Nicole.
What is it?
Well, you'll have to take me out for dinner before you find that out. And if you take me out for dinner, I'll probably fuck you.
Pickles? I mean, dinner? Yeah.
Sure, you can call me Pickles, stud. I don't care.
No, I'm saying there's just pickles coming up.
Oh, that's like a cool party trick. How you make that? You eat a pickle and then relish comes out. I've never seen anybody do that before.
I've never met a woman like you.
Sorry, I'm laughing so much. I just think you're totally
think
fucked
you're
and kind of
cute.
funny. Are you the big borscht sponge? Are you the one who's been sucking back all the borscht?
Guilty as charged.
Wow, where do you put it? You got hollow legs or something?
I put it in the hole where my heart should be.
That's the most romantic thing anyone's ever said to me.
I'd like to put you in my hole instead.
Oh, never mind. That's the most romantic thing anyone's ever said to me. Oh, and you spit a little bit when you said it. It's kind of like we've kissed, isn't it?
Oh, another pickle.
Oh, hey, listen. I've got 2.5 minute break. How's about you take me to the bathroom and show me the meaning of fuck?
What's going on out here?
Oh, Susan, you cock blocker every
Nicole,
time.
you better get back to damn work, okay? Well, I got to make all this bush myself. And wait a second. You two kind of make a smart little pair. You look good together. Okay, here's your wedding ring. I'm gonna go back in the back.
Have you noticed Susan's been drinking a lot more lately since she comes back? She goes to the back a lot more, you know what I mean?
It's like she thinks we don't hear the bottles rattling around back there. We know what you're doing, Susan. You don't need bottles to cook borscht, baby.
Wow.
Susan.
Now that was like nothing I've ever heard.
I'm crying.
I'm crying.
Don't ask me why. It elicited an extreme response in me. Well, it's nice to know that all the letters from a lady named Nicole are actually from my mom and not from some illicit affair he was having.
Some
My
harlot.
dad, that is.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, of course.
It still stands. She's a harlot. Susan, thank you for your time. Here's a fruitcake and a bag of Werther's Originals and maybe some buttermilk or
Yeah.
something. Do you like that crap?
Thank
You wanna go
very
away?
much. I love Werther's. I found your parents' wedding ring in Chernobyl. Mm-hmm.
What?
You? We gotta get back. We gotta get back home.
Susan?
Sorry, it's a long way back to Ontario from Nebraska.
That sounds like a good story, Susan. Maybe we'll have you on sometime.
Maybe we'll have you on sometime, Susan.
Anyways.
Probably won't have you on, Susan, but we might have you on.
I walked 14 minutes to get here.
You walk.
You live here.
Yeah, you could have taken the
This
elevator.
is. You mean like just to get downstairs?
From that's upstairs.
All right, it's time for the top 10 number one most important things you need to know about Valentine's Day. Number 10, Connor suffers from DK mode. It's a real condition. It hurts. I'm okay. But please donate. Number 9, Guru Doug is a 16-year-old love guru who found his first job by looking on Reddit for sex jobs for teenagers. His real name is Trainer, although that's been obscured to keep his identity secret. Number 8, new sex discoveries this week. According to Doug's dad, sex is something you have to do or people will hate you. A glimpse into his very sad, regressive, and kind of depressing family life. Number 7, Guru Doug smashes monsters. That's right. He's like Donkey with the dragon and Shrek. Number 6, if you're feeling ticklish down there, you got to go out and find somebody. According to Guru Doug, you got to go out and find somebody if you're
It's a
feeling
very-
ticklish down there.
Very blue episode for Red Holiday.
I agree. Number 5, go to a place where you can be away from the cops for your first Valentine's date with somebody.
Oh, boy.
We didn't expand on why, and I'm thankful for that. Number 4, try and have sex on Fortnite, but be careful because, like Guru Doug, you could kill the person by accident who almost had sex with somebody on Fortnite. Number 3, the best position is when you're out in a field surrounded by speakers blasting ocean sounds and you're alone and you scream into the sky yelling, "I'm coming." Number 2, don't follow your heart because it might just take you to Guru Doug. And number 1, the top 10 number 1 most important thing that you need to know about Valentine's Day is Valentine's Day is about the true meaning of fuck. So we all need to really think long and hard about this.
Yeah. Google
Susan
it,
really showed us that.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Please like and subscribe on Facebook, YouTube. Check us out on Instagram, on Twitter, all over the place. Share us with your friends. And please, please leave us a lovely little review of 5 stars if you could. And what's even better is if you leave a... Oh, my cat just came in here and sneezed on me.
Yeah, write that as a review. 5 stars. My cat came in and sneezed on me.
Thank you. If you do that, we'll read it on the show. And we want to thank our very special guests, Guru, Doug, and Susan, for being here today. This has been Podcast Very Important, Funny, or Else.
Podcast very important. Podcast very important.
Ooh, it's slower.